Hello, everybody. Welcome back to RØDECaster User Meetup. I'm a little rusty. I welcome you back to RØDECaster User Meetup. I welcome myself back to RØDECaster User Meetup. And I'm very glad that Glenn is already in Zoom. But what did I do? I forgot. It's been such a long time. The last time I live streamed was in July, early July. Hope you can hear me. And also, let's see, Glenn is here with us. And let's see if Glenn is going to be able to turn on his microphone. Glenn's been here before, so I'm going to add Glenn to... I'm going to assign him to guest one. How do I do this? I forgot how I do this. Do I assign Glenn to... No, I just add Glenn as guest one, I guess. Okay, now I'm hearing Glenn. Hey, I am so happy you're here. Let me see if I know how to do this. It's been such a long time. I don't know how to run this. I don't know how to run Ecamm. Oh, Raphael. Raphael is actually in on the YouTube. Hello, Raphael. It's been a while. Wait, let's see. Glad to see a remnant of Clubhouse staying alive. Hello, James. James in Clubhouse. Let's see if I can get... How do I bring Clubhouse into... Oh, here. Like, kind of, sort of. Let me scoot this over. Wait, is this Clubhouse? Where's my room? Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. Good to see you, Raphael. And James. Hello, James. Welcome to RØDECaster User Meetup. I have been on vacation for, I don't know how long, like almost a month. And I just now got back. So I'm very happy that Glenn is here to join me. And also James also in Clubhouse. So if you guys want to participate, what we do here is we like to have conversations and also troubleshoot audio issues, or if you may have audio questions about RØDECaster Pro, or even before you actually own one and wanted to research about it and you want to ask questions about existing users, feel free to join us in the conversations. How do I do this? I can't remember. Yes, you go to learner2learner.com if you want to participate live in the Zoom call. You will be able to go to the website, go to learner2learner.com, and when you are there, you can click on join or call in with Zoom. Then you are able to see it. Let me see if I still remember how to do this. Oh no, not the. This is not the right site. This maybe is the right site. Okay, there you go. So just go to the website, click on this thing, call in with Zoom, and then you're able to join us live on the Zoom call. Like, I'm so rusty. How are you, Glenn? How are you doing? Have you been participating when Oh, good. Oh, good. So Sean's been awesome. He's been hosting it on his stream. Not is it not StreamYard? Riverside. On Riverside, he's been hosting conversations there on Riverside, and I thought I was able to like grab some files and post it. When I'm on vacation, I guess I'm on vacation. I completely tune out. There were a few times where I saw the room pop up, and I knew that you guys are having a conversation, but it's daytime for me usually, like on Wednesday morning, and I'm usually traveling or I'm like in the middle of a meeting or something, so I didn't get to participate at all. But I'm glad you guys have the conversation. And by the way, when they say can't hear Glenn on YouTube, oh no, can't hear Glenn on YouTube. Let me see what's going on. I can hear you, so it must be my issue. Uh, Okay, so Raphael, tell me if. Oh, okay. So I may have messed something in Zoom before I left. No, in Ecamm before I left, and I didn't change it back. So let me check. So let's see. You can't hear. Oh, okay. So this is not the good. This is not. I forgot to test out the audio. So audio, no, that's correct. And in Zoom, maybe in Zoom I didn't change it. RØDECaster. No, that looks right. Okay. Okay, so if you're on, I don't know. Maybe I should test it out on you. Like, how do I tune in on YouTube? John, no, can you do me a favor, or James, if you're able to listen to live, time to help the helper. um, what do I do? Let me see. How do I pipe the sound in to Club? No, to Ecamm with this. What is it? I heard some sort of Clubhouse hand raising sound. Okay, so you're hearing my from my phone, but if you're not hearing Glenn, oh, maybe it's in here. It's in Zoom. In Zoom, it's been a while, so I forgot how to do it. No, manual? Yeah, that's manual. I can hear. So Clubhouse, you're not hearing. I don't know what to do. I mean, let me figure it out as we go, since it's learner to learner anyway, right? So RØDECaster Pro Chat on both in Zoom. So I'm seeing you coming in, and if my sound is coming through. Okay, so say something, Glenn. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, definitely. I know what the issue is. Oh. Okay, say something, Glenn.
Say something, Glenn. 1, 2,
Yay.
3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Say
All right.
something, Glenn.
Yay. Okay, so please let me know. Use Zoom as a source from Ecamm. Raphael, you should come join us. Now I can hear Glenn. Okay, good. What I did wrong was on my sound level, I did not have RØDECaster Pro to main selected. I actually have chat selected. I remember I was doing something differently before my trip, and I forgot to switch it back. Okay, so now we've got you back, and hopefully Clubhouse. I think it was only Ecamm, it was only in YouTube. So Clubhouse, you probably could have heard both of us. But anyway, thank you, Raphael, for letting me know. Now I'm gonna need to catch up on the chat. But while I do that, maybe Glenn, tell me when you were having this intense learning couple of weeks with Sean. What did you learn? Like, what did you guys talk about?
We were really, since we were in Riverside, I was taking advantage of him telling me all the things that were there. Because I have a membership, and I have the whole thing just like Sean does. I always use Ecamm, and I just had never really used Riverside, and he was explaining some things to me. And he also, I think I left my first podcast while he was on, and I got some advice on what if I just want to do the audio podcast. He suggested to use Castos, and so I did that. I thought I was going to go with I think Buzzsprout, but then he showed me the cost differences, and so I just went ahead and did that. And then he told me about a lot of the features in Riverside that would help me with my episode. And so what I have, yeah, you just you learn as you do, and I'm gonna hopefully take advantage of our long holiday weekend coming up, and I'm going to do some more content stuff for my podcast, the first one that I've done. And but I have a system now where I would do all the recording with Ecamm Live and do all the scene setup and everything, and do all the fancy production work. And then once I'm done, I can take that to Riverside and do some editing there. They automatically produce show notes. They'll produce a transcript. They will get rid of silent spots. So they do a really good job of that. So once I've done that, all that stuff in Riverside, I bring it back out and I take it to DaVinci Resolve, and I finish doing any additional touch up in editing that maybe might not be as readily done in Riverside. So I have a little system now, and so like I said, I've been delayed on doing the second one for various reasons, but I'm hopefully going to do more than one over, like I say, over the weekend coming up, and have a little system now to do stuff. And so anyway, he helped out in a lot in those areas.
That's great. You know what? Like I guess the best way to learn is by doing it, and as you're doing, you're learning it.
You know, I think it's a combination of you got to know what to do, but then you got to go do it.
Yeah. John, welcome back. Hope you'll join us too.
I was going to say, and that's why, I think I sort of mentioned I've been living on YouTube and watching videos about all this, from everything since October, and it's good to learn that way, but then you've got to go do the things that you're seeing or that people are telling you to do. So it's just. It's a combination of those things.
That's good. How about Ecamm? Has there been any Ecamm news? Well, other than I'm so late for all my homework, homework.
John. We've had 3 releases since you've been gone. I'm just kidding. Kidding.
That's true. I mean, there is a new release that I just updated while I was away, and it's supposed to fix some of the like the memory leak. I remember I was having some performance issue, especially when I switched back and forth from preview mode to live mode, and hopefully that's fixed. I haven't tested it yet. In fact,
I was kind of joking, but it does seem that they release a lot of tweaks and stuff. But
I know there was like a big issue while I was gone. Right there was like some kind of, was it LinkedIn or something not connecting?
I'm not real sure. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I seem to think that one of the release. I mean, I saw like a panic in Discord, like something is. Oh, Raphael is joining us. Raphael is joining us. Yay, Raphael! Hello. Oh wait, let's see if I can. Let's wait for him to connect. I don't know if you've met Raphael. Raphael and I go way back on Clubhouse.
Oh, really?
And Raphael, if you when you're ready, turn on your microphone, or if you want to, your camera as well, and then we can hear you and chat with you that way. Let's see if I'm going to add Raphael on camera too, in case if he's available to speak to us on camera. Yeah, so he's a YouTuber. I don't know if he live stream. He does occasionally, but he has like regular content that he posts out there. So, oh, there you go.
Oops.
Hey, look at his
Hello.
fancy. Wait,
Sorry,
let
you
me.
know what? I don't, you know what? Hold on just 1 second. Give
Okay,
me
okay,
1
okay.
second.
Oh my gosh, this is fun.
I was thinking that Sean also I was having a slapback issue and Sean also it was a little bit through serendipity. But we got that worked out for me and it was an easy fix once you see it as it always is in life. But he did help me with that also.
That's great, Raphael. You look great. Hey,
I've missed you, man. It's been forever.
I think I might be speaking to you like I can see your face and speaking to you for the first time.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about this just as I was about to get on. This is the first time that we've ever had a conversation like
Face
this.
to face. Yeah, well, I mean virtually, but face to face.
Still, it's crazy. I've got my what's it called? My teleprompter set up, so I'm like actually looking
Oh,
at
yeah, I
you
know.
as
Me
we're
too. Me
speaking.
too. This okay. So please meet Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Nice to meet you.
Hi there, Raphael. So, Raphael, are you using the Elgato prompter?
Exactly. You know,
Hey.
I've got a love-hate relationship with it, but it works.
We are having a conversation. I'm coming to you through my Elgato.
Hey.
No, so we're
all
all
three
on
of
the
us.
Elgato.
No.
And then I've got
Wow.
my Stream Deck right in front of me too. Like, I mean, man, once you get into a system, it's hard to get out.
I know. I have. You know. I don't know if you know this, Raphael. Since I started using Ecamm, I have purchased a Stream Deck XL to go
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
what I
Like,
use also.
I
I
just
don't even
couldn't-
use it for streaming. Like I actually, you were saying before,
other things.
I don't stream at all. I
Yeah.
just do pre-recorded. I do record on Riverside though. And that's something where even though I don't use that even for Riverside, I mostly use it just as shortcuts for being able to access like apps that I need to use on a regular basis or shortcuts to websites or even like some different pre-written scripts for things that I need to regularly enter. Or I'm trying to think what else, opening up multiple web pages at a time for when I'm going through and posting my own projects online. Those kinds of things, it's actually made a huge
buttons
difference.
of productivity, right?
Basically, I don't use it to its full potential, but from the productivity expat, not expat. Gosh, it's the middle of the night. I'm losing my English.
Aspect?
The perspective aspects. That's
okay.
the word. Aspect.
You were
Thank
saying expat because
Accidentally.
of your channel.
Probably. It's like muscle memory. You get rid of
It's
it.
close. It's close. It's that same similar word. We have John calling out your camera, RE20. Your camera, your microphone, RE20. John is
Yes,
another. John
I
is
love
another
it.
guy that started participating. So Glenn and John are both people that I met through the Ecamm community.
Oh, very nice.
And I'm not sure. Do you use OBS or do you use Ecamm?
Neither.
What do you use?
I don't do any type of streaming. I just do Riverside.
Oh, I see. I see.
I've thought
So
about
right now you're just coming in Zoom with your camera.
yeah, just straight camera to actually an Elgato capture card and a little bit more there. And then yeah, just straight in from there. I have OBS on my system loaded up. I do like some of what's offered with Ecamm, but it's not. I don't do enough streaming to make the investment worthwhile
Yeah,
for me.
no, I've been like that I've been in fact, Charles, remember Charles from Clubhouse? He used to make fun of me because of how clunky I used to do all my podcasts using OBS, capturing Google Meet, and then when I have to change people, I have to like click, change view, blah, blah. So he used to make fun of me, and one day he saw me showing up in the Ecamm Facebook community, and he freaked out. He was like, "Is this really you?" And I've been putting it off for so long, and I finally did it. I think it was back in March, and it's changed
I can
how
imagine.
I
Well, especially,
feel.
dude, from Google Meet to Ecamm, that's a major upgrade right there. Like you can't say that's not an upgrade.
It's OBS, OBS, Google Meet to Ecamm and Zoom.
Still,
Uh,
still.
so Ecamm, Zoom. I don't know how if you are familiar or how familiar you are with the latest version of Ecamm, is that it's integrated with Zoom, and so not only am I paying for Ecamm, which I love, but I'm also paying for Zoom, and this is how good it is. You know what a cheapskate I can be,
Yeah,
right? Sometimes
dude, I'm the same way. You know me.
it's got to bring enough value for me to shell out those money. And like you were saying, for years I thought I'm not making money with it. I don't feel like it's bringing me enough value for me to start paying it. And when I did, and I went all out, because another reason is because of this show that I'm doing right now. Clubhouse, Clubhouse is small community, small. I don't feel like the community is growing anymore, but I love doing this part of it, like the whole audio troubleshooting live thing. I couldn't do it with. I mean, I could do it, but I could do it very clunkily. But now with the Zoom integration, like how I sent you to go get to my website to come here and join the call, if you're a Zoom user, you already
No,
kind
I
of
gotta say
know.
that's pretty slick. I'm definitely impressed with that simple
Yeah,
integration
it's
there.
like it's like when they I start using it for my podcast, and then when they announce that they are going to integrate with Zoom, that's when I start to think maybe I could potentially bring the Clubhouse thing that I do, the Roadcaster user meetup and the sound check room, back into into YouTube, and not having to worry about how do you have, because people typically participate on YouTube passively. They could chat, like we have a lot of chat going on there, and John Lowe's in there, and so. But how do you quickly and fairly easily let people call in, and you just was the demo of what the system is set up to be. I just started doing this several months ago, and then I went on a long vacation for a month, and so I'm not like thinking that this is gonna take off immediately. It took how many years for us on Clubhouse to start to build the community. So I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing weekly. In fact,
Good.
the
That's
fact
how
that
you do it. You have to keep at it. Like no, but even this thing actually it was funny because I remember the announcement that you made for this new channel, and I subscribed immediately. I hadn't always watched because for me it's in the middle of the night,
different time zone.
but I still wanted to like try to tune in from time to time and kind of see what's going on. And tonight I actually happened to be up working. I was like, well, I mean, that ability to just call in, that's the biggest problem.
Yes.
Even with YouTube in general, if you want to do live streaming, how to bring that other person in live. I mean, okay, you have StreamYard and even to an extent Riverside. I'm not going to go too much into that. The issues I've experienced there. I mean, as you know, I have a love-hate relationship with it, but I still continue to use it for recording. But to be able to as easily integrate Zoom into a stream like this, that is game-changing.
Yeah, it is. And my current issue is I have forgotten since my vacation, because it's fairly new to me before my vacation. After my vacation, everything is brand new to me now.
That's how it always is.
I came
Dude,
back.
I did my first recording session in person since like the 2020 escapades, we'll call them that, like a month ago or something. And I was like, wait, where does this, I need to do, and then the organization of all the footage, because I've been doing fully remote production since 2020, basically. So that was a whole adjustment back into it after a couple of years.
I know, but I'm so happy to have you back. I mean, let's quickly check in on the chat and see who is participating in this conversation with us. Are you making money with it already? No, I'm not making money with it. I am taking donation. I started taking donation for my podcast because they know how, my podcast, the Penang Hokkien podcast, is going on 20 years. It's 19 years this year, and no small feat, right? And so finally, people said, finally, are you going to have some way for us to show our appreciation by being able to donate? So I started doing that. So I've been getting donations from my listeners. They don't cover everything, but it does cover a chunk. And I was very, I felt bad. Number one, I probably shouldn't, but I felt bad for asking for money. And number two, people wanted a way to show their appreciation, and I think they have finally convinced me to just we don't have to donate. It's not like you're making it a subscription. We don't have to donate if we don't want to, but just let us have a way to do that. So I put it up there, and that covers, like, I think already I started doing it maybe 2 months, 3 months. It covers my Zoom subscription. And so, every little bit is helpful, and I appreciate people appreciating, and then being able to contribute.
It's fantastic that you have that kind of support. I mean, even for my project, like my main personal project that I work on, that one, I was thinking, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? And then one day a guy sent me an email and he's like, hey, do you have a way that I can send you something?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, no, I don't really. I mean, I've got a PayPal, but like nothing really. It's like, well, you should sign up for Patreon. You need to get on there and this and that. And since then, like, this has already been years. He's been already one of the longest term supporter of that project. And it's been such a blessing to have at least to getting to the point where I have the costs covered, or well, some of the costs, the base costs that can be covered. That makes a huge difference with being able to keep a project continuing.
And that,
have you guys? I just found out about this maybe a month ago, maybe even less than that. But have you guys heard of Fourth Wall?
No, what is it?
No. I mean, I'm
just glad both of you are sitting down because, and actually, John Raphael is getting ready to leave your show. I just he's going to rush off the fourth wall. Tell
us about Fourth Wall.
And I'm sure it's like I guess there are some similar sites that do it, but this is one that Paul Duncan at Ecamm Live. Told us about during one of my other Facebook groups. So it is a site that produces merch for your podcast. But it's the best deal in the world. You get to sign up for, get this, free, and they will produce, and you design, you put your logo and everything on various items, and they will design it for you, get this, for free, and you can check out your stuff. Like, you get it at cost, but then they have a markup for people who want to come buy the merchandise, and you get to keep a certain percentage of it or whatever. But so I've had stuff set up for a few weeks now. And they also have another feature where it's a donation function. So you can set up a donations page and it'll do the same thing that you guys are talking about. And I was really hesitant to do it. I didn't want to do it, but it was Paul just like taught me into it. And so I have a donations page so people can leave $1 if they want to.
That's great.
That's great.
Some big
Jinx, you owe me a soda. No, but this is really cool because I've been using a company called formerly Teespring, but now Spring, for years for some of the merch that I've made available. I haven't really updated it in a while, but it's nice to know about another option, and also actually funny enough to see some of the faces on the front of the website, like very recognizable.
Right. Yeah, I may look into it too. Thank you. This is why we do this, right? We when I first started the idea for the site.
John, yeah. If you want to thank me, just go to my donations.
Good plug. I like it.
You got to keep grinding.
But what is the website?
What I did was I set up a button on my website, so like in the header.
Uh-huh.
You can just click on a button and it'll take you there.
What is your website?
Oh, this is the one for coins, and it's called Bourse Sizzle. It's spelled B as in boy, OURSE. And that's where, like, if you go to a coin show, that's where all the display of the coins are. It's where you look and it's where everybody's got their coins on display. That's called the bourse. And the sizzle is just that to give it that buzz that this is
this
you got to come
site?
to my that's it. Yeah. See, so you can see I've got a mailing list button and I've got a donations button. So that will take you to the fourth wall page. To if you click on that, there it is, and you can leave whatever, and that's what's going on there.
That's good. Hey,
that's pretty cool.
Look who's here. At least in YouTube, on YouTube.
Yo, Michael.
Michael, you gotta
Michael
popping in on YouTube feed for us. Oh, okay, yeah. Michael occasionally would pop in, and he would have his camera as his RØDECaster Pro, like a camera pointing down to his RØDECaster Pro, and he'll come in and join us too. Good to see you, Michael.
Jump on.
Jump on if you can, if you're not too tired. John, who's also been here on the show before, he used Buy Me a Coffee. Fourth Wall. Oh, okay, from Doc Rock. Okay, I actually use Ko-fi. I don't know if you've all heard of it. I actually use Ko-fi, ko-fi.com. So that's what I use.
One thing that I've been using, which, I mean, especially on YouTube, that's made not as big of a difference, but like I've seen a little bit come through there, just because it's such an easy integration. The thanks button, super thanks button, is actually been useful. Yeah, it's great that you don't have to send someone off platform, especially like thinking about things from a kind of algorithmic, like not taking people off the platform sort of perspective has been very nice to have that. I mean, granted, there's a cut taken, but
but you pay for the value, right?
Tell me a little bit more about that, Raphael.
Yeah, so once you reach the kind of minimum requirements for joining the partner program, you have different options available to you. And actually, they just lowered it, I think the other day, to 500 subscribers, 3 videos in the last 90 days or something like that, and then 3,000 watched hours in the last year.
Okay, so this is YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube specific. Okay. So if you're doing something on YouTube, then this makes sense. If you're not doing something on YouTube,
no, I'm 100% YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I on my podcast, the super chat. One funny thing is I set it up on Ecamm, where whenever there's a super chat that comes in, it would turn my lights red. So I forgot about that. I mean, I didn't use Super Chat. I didn't expect people to use Super Chat. I was new to Ecamm. I set that up when I first got Ecamm. And then I set that up and I start using it. And during one of my recordings, my lights turned red and we were talking about Ghost. It was my Ghost Story episode. I was like, oh my gosh, I freaked out. I was like, why did it just change? It took like 3 Super Chats to come in before I start to connect. Oh, it's a super chat that's making it turn red.
Maybe it's the ghost leaving you a super chat.
That's what Luria uses whenever she has one of her specials. She'll use super chat and she'll give priority to people that are giving her. Now, so is that set up through YouTube or through Ecamm?
Well, I do it.
There's a couple of ways of doing super chats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because there's super chat that you can do through YouTube. But then through Streamlabs, there's another system that exists that I know people use. And supposedly they take a much lower cut. I think YouTube, it's like 30%. And with them, it's maybe 3%. I'm not sure.
I think I understand. It's a super chat. They are paying for you to see their chat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know exactly what it was. So I pay X amount of money to get my question or whether to you to the top, and then so it's a pay thing. Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's kind of like another level.
Supporting the content creator.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's fun, right? Like Raphael was saying, it keeps it within the site, within YouTube, and the experience is nice, and you can integrate with other things to make it like your light
And
turning
I
red.
feel like we need a super stream. We need a super stream. So if you guys want to talk to me, you have to. It's the same concept, except it's through streaming instead of chatting.
I want to bring this. I love the show name. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. If you pop in your name again, because I've interacted with him. It's called the Big Nick Energy Show. He said he got hooked on Ecamm Live and so love it. I also met through the Ecamm community on Facebook, and he was asking some questions, and Big Nick was his name. Okay, all right. So he has his show set up. I think he was using OBS, and I was fairly new to Ecamm from OBS. So he was asking some questions, so I invited him to come on to this show to chat and ask if he has any Ecamm question to bring it here, and then we can chat about it. And so we talked about it. So he's looks like I saw him in the community, and it looks like he's a user now. Good job.
Great.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You really have to capitalize on this because you've got a very particular set of skills of like bringing people into these cults. I mean, fanboy dumbs.
No, you know what? That's something that I'm starting to realize.
You're just now starting to realize after how many RØDECasters have been purchased? Just now?
I'm just now starting to realize.
No. This is not just now. Hey, how many years later?
That I think things it has to be authentic. It has to be something that I truly am passionate about.
Yeah.
And my enthusiasm is infectious. I think when I'm into something, I can convince other people. Not even doing it
You
intentionally.
preach about it. You proselytize about the whole thing. RØDECasters, now Ecamm. Just keep it clean. Whatever's next, keep it clean.
So yeah,
you have a power, my friend.
I'm starting to recognize it, and I think I'm going to put it to good use. Okay, what did Nick says? I was scared at first, but you helped me along, and oh my god, it's the best thing ever, and I use it now. I don't have OBS even installed anymore. Wow, this is amazing, Big Nick.
Glory to the brother Nick.
This is great. And hey, one of these, oh shoot, there's somebody, John has been requesting to join and I haven't added him. This is John IT, I call him. Let me add him to the call so that we can have him chat with us also. Big Nick, I'm so happy. I'm so glad you're a convert now. And I'm so happy that I'm a part of the learning process. I have gone to the extent, Raphael, that I am going to the Ecamm creator, what's it called? Ecamm creator camp 2024 really? This year
it's creator camp.
Creator camp. So I'm super excited. I'm going all out, flying there near Boston, Ames, Massachusetts.
Very cool.
So I'm doing all that. So
you're taking the cult worship in person now.
Okay, let's introduce you to John.
Hold on. Is cult.cult, is that an extension that exists online?
It should be. John, welcome. And meet Raphael.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Raphael is somebody that I have been talking to about RØDECasters, about sound check, all the audio stuff that we've been doing on Clubhouse for years now, almost 4 years, Raphael.
Yeah, it's crazy to think.
I know. But tonight is the first time we're talking face to face, though virtually. Yeah, wow. I'm seeing him for the first time. And speaking of Clubhouse,
it's like they've been pen pals.
It is. It really is. No, it actually is crazy to be seeing this guy like in real time.
That is true. That is true. We're like audio pal. Never seen
Yeah.
faces before.
It's so
I mean, I've
weird.
seen his face, but we've never like talking like
Yeah, not
back
like
to back.
this.
No. We also have somebody from what is it from Clubhouse. That
The
you
app.
all are familiar with. Nee is on Clubhouse. Nee, are you there? Nee is in
Nee.
South Korea.
Hey,
Hello,
man,
Nee.
it is so awesome to hear you guys' wonderful voices. Like
Yay!
Hey,
I didn't
man.
think Raphael was still in Clubhouse, wanting to be friends with us, but it's good hearing his voice. Well, I can see you guys.
Good to hear you, man. What? So you're in South Korea now?
Yeah, I'm in South Korea now, enjoying life out here. You
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Wow.
At the moment, you guys will be hearing some noise. I'm gonna mute myself,
Okay.
but I'll be listening because
Awesome.
what's that?
Good to see you, Nee.
Yeah,
Good to hear
unless
you,
you guys want
man.
to hear the sound of freedom.
You're bringing freedom to Korea?
Say that again.
You're bringing freedom to Korea?
Yeah, you guys should hear the sound of freedom, man. It sounds so good. Just a little moment. No, 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 no.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. All
okay.
right. I would get off. I'll get off the mic.
He's
I'll get
on
off
the
the mic.
job.
Okay, okay.
Right now.
Well,
Love you
wait.
guys all.
See you later.
Later, man.
Why do I see your layout? Or is it me? I think it's Glenn's layout has.
What?
Do you have your page? Not page, but you have your layout where you have a little bit of yourself, or like there's two. Do you all seeing it? Yeah,
Like
it's in the
the
feed.
black bar around.
Yeah. And then he has
I messed with my Zoom a little bit. Let me see
if
here.
it's from your
I'll come
eCam
back.
layout. There you go.
There you go. All right. Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
so
there we go.
I have been out of practice for a month, and so everything could be my fault. Like the first few minutes, nobody could hear Glenn on YouTube until Raphael pointed it out to me. So I'm glad.
Honestly, I was wondering, like, wow, how is he going to get the audio into YouTube? And then there was no audio on YouTube.
You don't. But the thing
That's
is,
the real trick.
the thing is, I think what going live with Ecamm, what that has taught me is you just gotta stay calm and figure shit out.
No,
Because-
dude, I was doing live streaming during the lockdowns and stuff, and it really is such an experience to learn from. I mean, I used to work in live broadcast, like television, and it's a totally different beast when you're doing it all by yourself online and not able
totally.
to because what you're doing as an online creator is actually in practice the job of
Everybody, the whole
team of
station.
people. Like each little function that you're doing is a specific job that somebody has. One person is changing from camera to camera, but they're not making decisions which camera to do. That's
Right.
another guy's
The
decision.
director's
Then there's
making
someone
that
else
decision.
that's doing audio and the routing of the audio and then this and then that and the camera and the on-screen talent. It's all separated out.
That is so true, and I think that's why I have learned. It was a little nerve-wracking in the very beginning because I didn't do it on this channel because this channel was not at that time. I haven't created this channel yet, so I was doing it on my personal channel just to test it out. It was so bad, like. It was bad for everybody. Clubhouse was horrible the experience because I was distracted by this and there's no sound here and there. It was bad. But the thing is, I plowed through. After you've done that big mistake once, it seems like the second mistake's not as bad anymore, or you can recover from it a lot quicker. So I just thought, I'm just gonna go with it and then learn from it while I'm doing it, which is exactly what we were doing. At some point, I was thinking, there's no way I can figure out why we couldn't hear Glenn, but we figured it out. You just go through the list and like, okay, that's it.
Troubleshooting. I mean, the thing is, that's all what this tech stuff is all about. Okay, this didn't work. What else can work, and what haven't we tried yet? Just
Yeah.
work your way down the list.
And I just love this group learning thing that
Yeah.
You know, which is what we've created on Clubhouse, right, Raphael, many years ago, and I love how little ego there is in the group, right? Everybody's just learning from each other, because it
With our
started off that way.
especially, yeah.
Yeah, it started off that way because I created the RØDECaster Pro User Meetup because I bought a RØDECaster. I didn't know how to use it, so I created that club or that house so that people can come teach me how to use it, and that turned into a group learning, which I love. And then that, you know, and then of course soundcheck. We've been doing soundcheck for a little bit, and so now bringing it into YouTube. I think I hope that it's going to be it's going to bring in sort of like a new life. It's an experiment. I don't rely on this channel.
No, but it's a wonderful progression, and I think
Yeah.
it's a worthwhile thing to keep on like toying around with to see if it works and to see what can happen. I mean, there's plenty of tech talk channels and people learning how to do things, and this is a great format, and especially the community that existed previously. I mean, clearly you're the one who brought these people together, and you're at that core of it. So I think wherever you go with this kind of idea, there's the potential for it to become something even bigger.
.cult.
.cult. No, really. Now I'm actually going to look. Is .cult an
I
actual
don't.
extension? Well, there's a lot of crazy extensions now. I think there's even like .pizza or something like that.
I'm not surprised. Okay, John says that that's why. Oh, because we're doing so many jobs while we're live streaming. That's why there's a Stream Deck pedal. Yes, I actually do use my pedal. I use it to swap shows. So Raphael, in the few minutes when this show ends, I have to within 30 seconds to 40 seconds, I have to swap some graphics for my other show that has like a different intro music and different graphics. And I have pre-programmed everything on Stream Deck, and using my pedal, hopefully with one foot pedal, I can end my current show, swap to the other show, go live on the other show within a minute.
That's awesome.
The first few shows were rough. Very rough. But yeah, and when you come to think of it, and John is also, John IT is in the video industry too. When the live streamers, those of us who do not have a team, that's a lot. Like, if you're overwhelmed, it's normal. I think, when it comes to the whole entire process, getting audio on top of getting video, and bringing people in from different apps, and then put the switcher up and change different layout and all that. That's a lot in and of itself. And that's why when I first started doing this channel, the Learner to Learner channel, I thought I've always been able to do it for my podcast, which is brainless chit-chatting. There's a little bit of a skill, hosting the show and then bring people into the conversation, but there's no knowledge or information required. When I start doing this, can I handle thinking, troubleshooting, and doing everything else at the same time? I guess we'll see. I'm still learning.
You
John,
tend to stretch yourself pretty thin. So anytime I get a gig, whether it's podcasting, whether it's cinematography, or even live streaming, the first thing I do is account for a team, because I can't do it all by myself at all.
No, you got to. You absolutely have to.
The stress level is so high versus you just getting a team that's one person's good at sound, one person's good at lighting. All you got to do is focus on one thing, and you get to do that one thing very well.
And the thing is, because I don't make money and I have no sponsors, I have nothing to lose but a bit of my ego, which I've already gone out the door a while ago.
Well, John, you can look at it like this. you've got your executive producer, your assistant production, and then each foot is like doing another job. So you've got your keyboard, you've got your stream deck, and then you've got your feet on the pedals for the stream deck.
Exactly.
But John IT, that is, that's the direction I really ultimately want to move into is the production aspect, and so I'm working towards that goal slowly but surely.
That's
100%.
that's great. And I mean, there's time and space for just doing one thing when where you're good at. But I think for live streamers like us, many of us on YouTube it's a good challenge. I actually quite like it. In fact, I kind of forgot how thrilled I get when I'm on live, because there's nothing like it. Recording. I'm the worst person to do recording because there's like I don't know. I remember that intro video that I did for this channel, just telling people what the channel is all about. I think I've done, I don't know, I must have done like 90 takes. If you look at my recordings, I was like, I didn't finish the whole thing, but I would like stumble on something and I would not be able to continue. I have to start from the beginning. If I get to like 80% and I say something wrong, or if I didn't like something about something, I have to start from the beginning, because I want to try to do it like all one take, because it's supposed to be a live show and I wanted that whole introduction to be a one take thing. But because I was recording it, I know I can redo it. I kept redoing it for, I don't know, 90 times maybe. I didn't count. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to count.
There's something about like recording where it's like, okay, I know I can edit it later. So there's something freeing about that. But then when you're doing something live, it's like, oh, I don't have to edit this. So there's also that aspect that's freeing about that.
That's true. That's true. And I'm kind of, looking for the latter. Sarah on Clubhouse. Hello, Sarah. I saw Sarah popping in occasionally too to some of these rooms when Sean was hosting. So, Raphael, I'm not sure if you caught part of the conversation. When I was away for vacation, Sean, our friend Sean Savage, took over and using StreamYard, and yes, Riverside. Sorry, I keep getting all those services confused. Using Riverside to host this conversation, not part of my channel, but he was going to test it out anyway, using Riverside. So he took over hosting the conversation for both RØDECaster user Meetup, even though he's not a RØDECaster user. But we thought, you know what, Mackie and Rode is now sort of under the same umbrella company. Just do it. Yeah. Like the big company who owns Rode now owns bought over Mackie, and he has.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. There's a name. I can't remember what the name is called. So if you guys know what it is, just put it in the chat so that we're all learning together. So he knows a lot about audio, so he would continue hosting those two rooms for me on Clubhouse, as well as doing it on Riverside. So that's why it's been doing it for over a month.
But by the way, John, do you know where Sean is tonight?
Oh, I have no idea. He might show up for the sound check room, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did send me a message. Hey, the website is something's wrong with the website, which I discovered because when I'm on vacation, I was on vacation. I did not even check on my website, and apparently on my hosting service, the security, the security certificate. I don't know what it's called. The one where it makes the site secure. SSL. Yeah. The renewal process failed halfway, and then even though it shows on my end that it's been renewed, something didn't go through. So when I contacted them, they kind of push it through and redo it again, and it's now fixed. But people couldn't get to the website because it looked like it's not a secure website. So hopefully, I don't know how long that went on for, but he said I can't host this week's show, sending people to Riverside because all the Riverside link was hosted on my website. So I think only last week that was the issue. And I was actually back already in the country last week, but jet lag. So there's no way I could do that. I came back on Saturday evening. I think it took me maybe 4 or 5 days to go through this not wanting to fall asleep at 7:30 p.m. I can sleep, so jet lag is not an issue for me. Like some people can't go to bed. I'm not one of those people. I just keep wanting to sleep all day long, which I can. If I allow myself to sleep, I will. Fun to see you all. I'm looking at the time now. It's mostly like a catch-up thing. We talked nothing about RØDECasters, which is fine. Next week. There's next week. But actually, come to think of it, should I show this? Let me show this. Otherwise, people don't know what we're looking at. What am I laughing about? Let me add your screen share to one of the cameras, and now you know. JohnOnCult.com. There's no .cult, unfortunately.
No.
But there's JohnOnCult.ai. Hey, .live sounds scary. Oh my goodness. So we will continue the conversation maybe into the soundcheck room. So those of you who are already in Zoom, you can just stay put and tight, and then we will continue the conversation after we end RØDECaster user meetup. Hopefully next week we'll talk a little bit more. I am eagerly waiting for the next firmware update. It hasn't come out yet. But just before we go really quickly, I know Glenn has a RØDECaster Pro 2. I think you still have the OG RØDECaster, right, Raphael?
Yeah. Hey.
Oh,
I got
look at you.
I got a new camera so I can show you. There you go.
Nice.
I got a new Logitech
Fancy.
camera.
Nice,
so I can show you the whole thing.
That's great. Yes.
That's awesome.
And you can show that's great because you know for if you have questions, you can point that to that. It's like
I know. Yeah. Where was that a few months ago when you were helping me? When you were taking me through the all the works there.
So I would then switch to my camera, which allows me to at least look at this that I can show Raphael on my system so that people can follow along. But it's great. It's great. I didn't really buy any new equipment other than the software. Like all my cameras are all old document cameras where I used to do calligraphy on. And so, yeah, everything is repurposed, which I love. Even my fourth monitor is just my iPad off to the side where I have the Zoom call going on. Okay, so if you guys are on Zoom, please stay tuned. Hang out. You can chit chat. I'll mute you. To get ready for sound check. And those of you who are on Clubhouse, I'll end this room and then we'll start all over again. Sound check. We'll see you then. How do I end this? I forgot. I think I just ended. Okay, bye.
Later.